Picture this: dramatic music fills the air as we see bustling airport footage. Suddenly, the camera zooms in on a close-up of ants crawling inside a suitcase. It's not your typical crime scene. Imagine getting arrested not for drugs or money, but for smuggling over 2,000 live ants. Yes, you heard that right, ants. This unusual story begins with a shocking discovery at an international airport, setting the stage for a tale that's both bizarre and fascinating. Let's dive into what happened next and why this case grabbed headlines around the world. The main international airport in Nairobi, Kenya, a Chinese man named Zhang Kekwin was stopped by authorities. The routine luggage check quickly turned extraordinary when officials discovered something unusual inside his suitcase. Hidden among his belongings were thousands of live ants, carefully packed away in specially designed tubes and tissue rolls. The meticulous preparation suggested this was no accident. The airport staff, trained to spot suspicious activity, immediately realized they had uncovered a unique smuggling attempt. This moment marked the start of a legal and ecological investigation. Officials were stunned as they counted around 2,200 live garden ants, all packed in a way that allowed them to survive the journey. The ants were not simply tossed into the suitcase, they were carefully stored in tubes and wrapped in tissue, ensuring their safety and comfort during transit. This level of detail pointed to a well-planned operation, not a random act. The discovery raised questions about the purpose behind transporting such a large number of live insects and how common this type of smuggling might be. How would anyone go to such lengths to smuggle ants? The answer lies in the world of exotic pets and collectors. Certain ant species are highly sought after, with enthusiasts willing to pay surprising amounts for rare or live insects. These ants can be used to start new colonies, making them valuable commodities in niche markets. The demand for unusual pets and the fascination with insect behavior drive this underground trade, turning tiny creatures into big business. Smuggling wildlife, even insects, is illegal and taken very seriously by authorities. Zhang Kekwin's actions landed him in immediate legal trouble. Kenyan wildlife protection laws are strict, and smuggling any form of wildlife, big or small, can result in severe penalties. The case quickly moved from airport security to the courtroom, where Zhang now faces charges that could impact his future. This incident serves as a reminder that wildlife laws apply to all creatures, not just the ones we typically think of. The story of Zhang Kekwin and his ants shines a light on the broader issue of wildlife protection. Authorities around the world are working to combat illegal trafficking, which threatens ecosystems and biodiversity. Even tiny creatures like ants play important roles in their environments, and removing them can have unexpected consequences. This case highlights the need for vigilance and enforcement, ensuring that all forms of wildlife are protected from exploitation. Legal wildlife trafficking is a global problem, affecting countries and species worldwide. While most people associate trafficking with large animals like elephants or rhinos, the trade also includes insects, reptiles, and birds. The demand for exotic pets and rare species fuels this underground market, making it difficult for authorities to keep up. Cases like Zhang's remind us that wildlife crime comes in many forms, and every creature deserves protection. Ants are more than just tiny insects, they are essential to ecosystems. They aerate soil, recycle nutrients, and help control pests. Removing large numbers of ants from their natural habitats can disrupt these processes, leading to ecological imbalances. The smuggling of ants, therefore, isn't just a legal issue, it's an environmental one. Protecting ants means protecting the health of entire ecosystem. Exotic pet and collector market is a driving force behind insect smuggling. Collectors seek rare species for their uniqueness, sometimes paying high prices for live ants. Online forums and marketplaces make it easier for buyers and sellers to connect, increasing the risk of illegal trade. This demand creates incentives for smugglers to find creative ways to transport insects across borders, often at the expense of wildlife laws. Smugglers often use clever methods to hide insects during transport. In Zhang's case, the ants were placed in tubes and wrapped in tissue, allowing them to survive the journey. These techniques are designed to avoid detection and keep the insects alive. Authorities must stay alert and adapt their screening processes to catch such creative attempts. The battle between smugglers and law enforcement is ongoing, with each side constantly evolving their strategy. Wildlife protection laws are designed to safeguard all species, including insects. These regulations help prevent the exploitation of animals and maintain ecological balance. Violating these laws can result in fines, imprisonment, or other penalties. The case of Zhang Kekwin demonstrates how seriously authorities take wildlife crimes, regardless of the size or type of animal involved. Legal frameworks are essential for preserving biodiversity and preventing illegal trade. Kenya is known for its rich biodiversity and strong wildlife protection efforts. The country faces ongoing challenges from illegal trafficking, which threatens its unique species and ecosystems. Cases like Zhang's highlight the importance of vigilance and enforcement. Kenyan authorities are committed to preserving their natural heritage, ensuring that all creatures, from elephants to ants, are protected from exploitation and harm. News of the ant smuggling incident sparked public interest and debate. Many people were surprised to learn that insects could be the target of wildlife trafficking. The story raised questions about the value of small creatures and the seriousness of insect smuggling. Public awareness is crucial for supporting wildlife protection efforts and encouraging responsible behavior. The more people understand the impact of illegal trade, the better equipped society is to combat it. This unusual case teaches us several important lessons. First, wildlife protection applies to all creatures, not just the ones we see in documentaries. Second, illegal trade can have far-reaching consequences for ecosystems and biodiversity. Finally, vigilance and enforcement are key to stopping smuggling and preserving nature. By understanding the risks and challenges, we can help protect even the smallest members of our environment. As we wrap up the story, it's clear that wildlife crime comes in many forms. Smuggling insects may seem minor, but it's part of a larger issue that affects ecosystems and legal systems worldwide. Should smuggling insects be punished as strictly as other wildlife crimes? It's a question worth considering as we strive to protect all forms of life. Stay tuned for more unusual stories, and remember, every creature matters.